Are you in perimenopause and experiencing all those crazy symptoms and you just feel like you don't even know who you are in your body anymore? Do you feel like your body is betraying you and you don't even recognize yourself? My name is Sara Preston. I'm with Sara Preston Healthy Living, and I'm an integrative health practitioner, also a menopause and a fat loss coach. So I'm going to talk today a little bit about my journey through perimenopause, and maybe you can relate to some of these things that I've been feeling, because you're not alone. And I work with women who are in perimenopause and menopause every single day in my midlife fat loss coaching program. And I hear every day how awful perimenopause and menopause can feel. But I also want you to know that there is hope for you to feel like yourself again. And I'm going to share how you can do that. So in my early 40s, I was having low energy. I started seeing belly fat gain, having heavy periods, and I just started to notice a little bit of a shift. And, I used to be able to do whatever workouts, eat pretty healthy, and everything was fine. Well, when I got into my 40s, there was a clear shift in my hormones and how I was feeling, and it wasn't good. So I went on a mission to find something to help with these things. So in my mid 40s, early to mid 40s, I found an exercise and nutrition program that actually got me losing the belly fat and starting to have more energy. And overall, just the perimenopause symptoms were starting to go down a little bit. And so there is a lot that you can do with your lifestyle to start to feel better. Things like strength training, getting out for walks, doing some stress reduction things like meditation, working on your cortisol, your nutrition, eating whole foods, making sure you're eating enough protein, fats, carbs, because these things are going to help to regulate your hormones. And we know that cortisol, blood sugar, sex hormones like progesterone and estrogen are all going a little bit crazy in perimenopause and menopause. So we really want to be fueling our body well to help with these things. So then kind of in my mid 40s, I started to see even more of a shift, mid to late 40s. I'm 48 now. And, things like heart palpitations or anxiety, just really bad anxiety, not sleeping very well the week before my cycle starts, joint issues, different issues with recovery and joints hurting, low motivation, like not feeling motivated, just feeling really blah, are some of the things that I started to feel. So I have met with functional medicine provider that is able to give me supplements, things like omega-3s to help with inflammation, vitamin D, and I suggest getting your blood work done so that you can be proactive instead of reactive. So I get blood work done every single year, and it kind of depends on what you've had issues with as to what blood work you're going to want to get done. But you'll want to get just the normal CBC, your vitamin D, your progesterone, estradiol. I do my ferritin because my iron is low, and that's part of the reason why I might have low energy sometimes. Lipids, you want to get all of this blood work done so that you can supplement accordingly. I also take electrolytes, which help with not only the stress response, but helps with energy as well. So I love the electrolytes. Mine actually have some probiotic in them too, because a lot of things start in your gut. And we know that our digestion and our gut is a little bit off when we get to this stage of life too. You might notice that we're often very busy at this stage of life. So we have teenagers, aging parents, jobs, our husband might be at the height of his career. So things are a little crazy. And if we don't take that time to really slow down and take care of our body and our mind, things can spiral out of control. That's why I also have my Calm Your Cortisol challenge that I do every few months, because it is imperative that we are working on that stress and we become less stress resilient as we age. And so we have to be more intentional about slowing down, taking, 5 to 10 minutes of meditation or quiet time every single day, doing some vagus nerve or nervous system exercises. We really need to take care of our body and make sure we're also not doing too much cardio, or under eating can also cause stress on our body. If we want to feel our best, we've got to be doing these things. We've got to be strength training, taking, care of our nutrition, and working on our sleep and our stress. Those are kind of like non-negotiables if we want to age well and be healthy. So a couple other things that I have done is a lot of research on HRT, which is hormone replacement therapy. I actually have a really good YouTube video here with Jill Shimoleski you can look at on my page. She is a hormone expert, and she shared a lot of details about myths surrounding HRT and things to consider. So if that's something that you're looking into now, I would watch that. I recently started doing progesterone. So last year I started with a cream. You can just get it over the counter. I got it from Full Script, progesterone cream. And then recently I started with the oral micronized progesterone because that crosses the blood-brain barrier, which can help with anxiety. But progesterone is one of the first sex hormones to decline. And so that's where you notice the anxiety and the troubles with sleep. So that has been helpful to me. I will also consider estradiol at some point. You really want to test your levels and see where you're at, or you can go by how you feel. Different times of the month, or, that joint pain, heart palpitations, just different. There's a lot of different symptoms. So watch that video. But the supplementing that I talked about, the HRT, the strength training, and then, really your nutrition so that it is supporting your hormones, including blood sugar, cortisol, and then of course sleep and stress are all super important. So I know it seems like a lot, but really it's everyday habits that we can put into place. If you need help with this, please reach out. This is what I do every single day to help women. I have a community of women in this same stage of life who are all experiencing all of these weird things. And it can be frustrating, but I want you to know that there is also hope for you to feel better. So know that you're not alone, but with some tweaks to what you're currently doing, you can feel better. So that's kind of where I'm at. I wouldn't say I feel like amazing every single day. I still have days where I feel kind of down or low energy, or I feel these like weird things happen in my body that I'm like, what was that? Like nerve pain, or, of course I still have like some anxiety that I'm working through. So it's not like every day is amazing, but I definitely feel better than I did before. But that's because I'm very proactive and I am actually taking action toward doing these things. So if you need help, please reach out. Would love to chat through what you're dealing with. And I'm, more than happy to point you in the right direction or help you, as much as I can to my ability. So send me a message on Instagram or leave me a comment here, and let me know if this is helpful.